I remember the first time I ever watched a Ghibli movie. My older sisters borrowed a bootleg copy of Spirited Away from our neighbor, and we watched it together after dinner. We laughed, cried, and were so immersed in that world. When it was over, I was left with all this awe and wonder that I never felt before. I felt like my heart was so full and also a little empty because it ended.
I think that moment sparked something within me, something that I will be so grateful for many years later. I always wanted to make art that inspires other people, art that moves them the way my favorite artworks moved me. And I would be lying if I said that I also didn't want it to get a lot of attention and be loved and admired by many people. I think this desire for attention at its root was a desire to connect with others, a desire to share my experiences, sadness, and playfulness in the form of paintings, hoping that they will be seen and in return make someone else feel seen. I don't believe there's anything wrong with wanting attention and wanting to connect with others. It's very natural for us humans and even for cats. But it did become a problem for me when it was the motive behind creating my artwork. It hurt my art a lot and did not leave the desired effect on people that I was hoping for. I believe it's because when getting attention is our main goal, it pushes us to project a voice that is not ours onto our art. A voice that is modified and perfected to fit the taste of others, and that paradoxically repels them. When we let go of that desire, or at least forget about it temporarily, our real authentic voice is projected onto our art, which attracts people and feels more sincere and easier to connect with. I realized that my best work always came out when I was looking inward, when I was making art because I had something to say, and when I was telling a story or capturing a moment or a subject from my perspective. It didn't matter how complex or simple or how trivial or important it was. What mattered was that it meant something to me and that I had to have some level of belief in it, because it's really difficult to execute an idea, let alone convince others of it when you don't believe in it yourself. Some techniques can help our ideas come to life in a way that appeals to other people easily, like storytelling, composition, or colors and light, but I consider them tools that I can discard or use however I see fit once I decide why and what I want to create. In the end, it boiled down to 3 questions I like to ask myself when I'm in doubt. Do I actually like this idea? Do I believe in it even a little bit? Why do I want to create it? The best answer for me is always, because I want to. This approach might be a little self-absorbed for someone who wants to connect with others through art, but I believe art that leaves a lasting impression is honest, and honesty starts with the self. Although we live in the same world and share so many events collectively, nobody sees colors, feels emotions, or experiences life exactly the same way another person does. That means our voices are inherently valuable because they offer a different perspective on life to others, a perspective that they will never be able to see unless we share it with them.